Let's get some practice answering paying for electricity questions. First question. If electricity costs R1.10 per kilowatt hour, how much does it cost to use a 2,000 watt kettle for 3 hours? So first we have to list everything that we're given. So we've got the unit cost. It's 1.10 Rand per kilowatt hour. We've got the power, 2,000 watts. And we immediately convert that into kilowatts by dividing through by 1,000. We know that those 3 zeros there stand for 1,000, and kilo is a prefix meaning 1,000, so we can just replace them with kilo. Then we have the time, 3 hours. Next, we identify what we asked. We asked the cost in rands. And then third, we need to identify a formula to help us to find this unknown from the given values. And here we have the formula. Cost is equal to energy consumption times unit cost. But now we don't actually have energy consumption, so we need to break down what energy consumption is. And we know that energy consumption is measured in kilowatt hours. And so it's very easy to see that that is power times time. So cost is equal to power times time times unit cost. And we have the power, we have the time, we have the unit cost. So we simply substitute those values into the right place. Let's do that. Power is 2 kilowatts. The time is 3 hours. The unit cost is R1.10 per kilowatt hour. Notice how kilowatts cancel, hours cancel. Then we get our calculator. 2 times 3 times 1.1 is equal to, the unit is rands, it's the only one that doesn't cancel, and anyway, cost is measured in rands, 6,6. 6.60 Rand. Second question. Calculate the cost of 804,928 kilowatt hours of electricity. So we can see that is energy consumption at 0,8952 Rand per kilowatt hour price. So that's the unit cost. So we have the energy consumption and the unit cost. And so we are asked to calculate the cost. And clearly we can just simply use this form of the equation. Cost equals energy consumption times unit cost. Very easy. Energy consumption is 804,928 kilowatt hours. Not kilowatts per hour, kilowatt hours. That's a unit of energy. Multiply by the unit cost. 0,8952 Rand per kilowatt hours. Notice how kilowatt hours cancel. We're left with rands, which is the unit of cost. We get our calculator. 804.928 multiplied by 0.8952 is equal to 720 Rand and 57 cents. Question 3. A family uses the following appliances for 2 hours each day. There's a rice cooker, power rating 550 watts. A refrigerator, power rating 170 watts. And a light bulb, 100 watts. Let's also put in the information we've been given about time. We're told that we use each of these for 2 hours each day. And we're asked, first, to calculate the energy consumption for these appliances altogether for 1 day in watt hours. So in other words, using this for 2 hours, this for 2 hours, this for 2 hours. That's what we do in 1 day. So now at the moment, we don't have a formula just for energy consumption. It's built inside here. So let's write our energy consumption formula there. We know that energy consumption is measured in kilowatt hours, or in this case, we're being asked to rather give it in watt hours. That is another way in which we can give energy consumption. So you can see that built in there is a power unit, watt, and a time unit, hours. So it's very easy to see that energy consumption is equal to power times time. You can also see, there it is, power times time equals energy consumption. But let's write it out over here. And since we're asked to give it in watt hours, we can simply multiply the information we're given in watts by the information about time that we're given in hours. So this is a really easy question. So the total energy consumption is going to be the sum of the energy consumption from each of these, which is P times T for the rice cooker plus P times T for the fridge plus P times T for the bulb. So power 550 times 2 hours plus 170 times 2 hours. Okay, so of course you could simply add the power ratings and multiply that sum by 2, or do it this long way as I have it here, whichever you prefer. Let's go 550 plus 170 plus 100 equals, and multiply all of that by 2, and we have, because you can see that's the total power of the whole lot of them, if you were to kind of like think about a single device, which is all of these. Okay, so that is equal to 1,640, but don't forget to give the unit. What is the unit? It's energy. Energy can be measured in quite a number of things, but remember these were all watts, and we multiplied them by hours, and so our unit is watt hours. That is also what we were asked to find out. Let's go on with the question. The next question says that we need to then convert this into kilowatt hours. We can just simply write it 1,64 kilowatt hours. Question C. How much is the family's energy consumption for a 30-day month? So we know that this is how much they use for 1 day. Okay, this is in kilowatt hours. That's the energy consumption for 1 day. Now we have to work that out for 30 days, and we also then need to figure out how much they have to pay. Our first step is to work out, well, what's the energy consumption for a whole month? If this is for 1 day and there are 30 days in a month, can you see? Of course, you must multiply this by 30. So this is the energy consumption per day, and we need it for 30 days. Notice how days cancel, and then we're given the energy consumption for all 30 of those. So we haven't cleared our calculator. That's a good idea. Okay, so on my calculator, I still have 1,640 written because I did this step in my head. But let's divide that by 1,000. Then we have this value on our calculator. Now we simply multiply that by 30, and then we have the energy consumption for the 30 days. 49,2, but we must give our unit kilowatt hours. We were asked how much they have to pay. We have the energy consumption, E. We need to find out the cost, how much they have to pay. So we need the unit cost. And of course, they do give us that information. Let's put the unit cost information in here. R1.50 per kilowatt hour. And so the second part of our question in solving for C is then to work out the cost, which is equal to the energy consumption, which we've just worked out, multiplied by the unit cost. Energy consumption, 49,2 kilowatt hours. Unit cost, R1.50 per kilowatt hour. Notice how kilowatt hours cancel. On our calculator, we still have 49,2. We simply multiply that by 1.5 to get our answer 73,8. And make sure that you do give the correct unit. It's cost, so that's rands. You can also see rands is the only unit left behind. 73,80. 73 Rand 80 cents. That's how much they're going to have to pay for a whole month when they use each of these appliances 2 hours every day for a 30-day month.